Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 3 de Broken Sword 2, o Espelho Nebuloso. Ontem, o George libertou a Nico, no cais em Marsella, e descobriu que a central de operações da gangue é em Quaramonte. Os dois vão para lá, ainda sem ideia da razão dos bandidos quererem tanto a Pedra Negra dos Maias. Encontram um pequeno povoado, bem estranho, que inclusive proíbe música tradicional local e que tem um dos líderes de banda ali presos. Todos no local têm medo do boneco que o George carrega e que seria ligado à maldição e morte. O George e a Nicole ficam sabendo ali no local de um recente deslizamento por explosão, alguma coisa assim, numa tragédia na mina que teve inclusive mortes. Reencontraram, no lugar mais improvável da face da Terra, o maravilhoso casal Pearl e Dwayne. Agora sim, tudo vai dar certo.
Hey, Nico!
Ele não pode entrar sozinho na polícia, tem que chamar a Nico.
I have done just as I have been instructed, Professor. With the mine closed down, there'll be no one around to observe your excavations. Ah, I have visitors.
Just remember what I told you, General. There's really no need to make a martyr out of that man.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Senor. Welcome to Quaramonte.
Thanks. My name's George Stobart from California.
But what is this? An angel come down to earth.
Nicole Collard. Enchantée, mon général.
Pardon me, senorita, but I couldn't help myself.
Look, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
You've come to the right place, senor. Tourist information. General Graciento, at your service.
Graciento é engraxado, cheio de graxa, gorduroso. Fale-me do general Graciento. E por que o general é o guia turístico, é o cara da repartição?
This is the tourist office? It says police on the sign outside.
It is both, senor. I am a man of many parts.
I can see that, General.
A Nico entende muito bem esse general. Perguntar desse cara que estava com ele aqui.
Who was the guy you were talking to when we arrived?
Professor Ubier, a visitor, senor, like yourselves.
Did you say Ubier?
Si, senor. Professor Ubier, a French archaeologist.
What's Ubier doing in Quaramonte?
Researching our rich and glorious past, senor. The professor is planning an expedition to some Mayan ruins. He came to see me to get an excavation permit.
E esse outro com cara brava é o chefe da milícia.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
No, I never heard of him.
Eu nunca ouvi falar do meu chefe Karzak. Tá suspeito esse sorridente general.
I hear there was an accident at the mine a few months ago.
That's correct.
A lot of men killed, weren't there?
A few.
30?
Barely 1% of the working population.
Só 1% da população trabalhadora. Então, não foi um desastre, não foi nada. Não se perdeu quase nada.
Is it true there's a restriction on music in Quaramonte?
Yes, there is. An emergency measure introduced by Nuestra Senora.
Folk music is a link with the past for some of these people. Take away their musical roots and what do they got left?
Easy listening.
You think easy listening could replace a musical heritage hundreds of years old?
Why not? It happened in your country.
Are there any ruins around the city?
Of course, senor. Quaramonte has everything.
I have a friend who wants to visit an historical site.
Ronaldo will only be too pleased to conduct a guided tour, when he's dealt with today's paperwork, of course.
O Reinaldo, assistente dele, que é o guia turístico, poderá providenciar uma excursão quando terminar a papelada do dia. Por que o barco só sai? Por que eu preciso de visto marrom para sair de barco?
We've had enough of Quaramonte and we want out.
Am I stopping you?
The guy at the docks tells me I need an exit visa.
Ask Ronaldo. He'll make the arrangements. That's what he's here for.
O senhor quer biscoito canino?
Would you like a biscuit?
Are you trying to bribe me?
Well, every man has his price.
Mine is more than a dog cookie, Senor Stobart.
O meu preço é mais do que biscoito e muito mais do que biscoito canino. Será que eu vou perguntar da calcinha da Nicole aqui? Esse cara já está se engraçando. O engraxado já está se engraxando pro lado dela. Perguntar da Pedra Maia, apesar de ser arriscado também.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
That's a native carving, isn't it? Where did you get it?
We picked it up in the market, as a souvenir.
Ela deu uma desculpa furada ali para escapar. Que ela é sempre muito mais esperta que o George, sempre. Também não sei se isso é uma grande qualidade, porque ele é meio bobão mesmo, desde o início.
Take a look at this label.
Si, senor. Condor Transglobal.
Can you tell me where to find their offices?
No, senor. I never heard of them, and neither did Ronaldo.
E nem pergunte pro Reinaldo também, que ele não sabe nada, porque eu estou dizendo que ele não sabe.
Are you sure you never heard of Condor?
Oh, yes.
The company is registered here, in Quaramonte City.
You are mistaken, senorita.
The musicians out in the square say that a ship flying the Condor flag was birthed here.
They are simple peasants. They will go along with anything you say in the hopes of parting you from your money.
Condor is run by Karzak, isn't it?
Wrong again, senor. Karzak has nothing to do with anything called Condor, whoever he is.
Do you keep a record of companies registered in Quaramonte?
Of course, senorita. Unfortunately, all the records were destroyed by a flash flood.
E ele nem conhecia o Karzak, mas sabe que o Karzak não tem nada a ver com a Condor.
Do you know anything about the forthcoming eclipse, General?
Such things do not interest me, senor.
Agora, sim.
What do you think of these panties, General?
Oh boy, fabuloso!
They're yours if you'll tell me all you know about Karzak.
I told you, I never heard of the guy. Do I get the panties now? I told you all I know.
You told me nothing. I'll be back.
Descobriu o preço para subornar o general. Não sei também.
Senor, leave that child alone.
Mas o professor estava olhando o mapa.
Do you have a map of Quaramonte?
A map? I'm sorry, senor, but I don't.
What about the one on the wall?
Ah, that is an archaeological survey map, senor. Not suitable for tourists.
I'll be back.
Não serve para turista esse mapa.
Hi, I'm George Stobart.
Hello, senor. How can I help you?
I'd like to visit your prisoner.
Condemned prisoners aren't allowed visitors.
Condemned?
To death. He is to be executed. Knowing my luck, I will probably have to shoot him myself.
Amnesty International is going to hear about this.
O cara foi condenado à morte por cantar música tradicional e distribuir literatura subversiva, como disse o Duane.
I thought Miguel was arrested for playing the wrong kind of music.
Si, senor, he was.
And that carries the death penalty?
No. You think we're crazy? While being questioned, he confessed to being an anti-government agent.
Arrancaram uma confissão de que ele é agente contra o governo.
Are there any ancient pyramids near Quaramonte?
Si, senor. But it's not very impressive. It's in ruins.
That's perfect. I'm trying to get out of Quaramonte.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be able to buy back half my family.
Never mind them. What about my visa?
We don't take visa.
I didn't ask if you take a visa. I want you to give me a visa.
I can't help you, senor. I don't understand these things.
Would you be willing to give a guided tour of the ruins?
I can't. The general would have a fit if I left all this paperwork.
Ele não pode levar na excursão para as ruínas, porque o general não deixaria. E o general disse que é com ele que tem que ver isso, assim como o visto de saída também. Tudo mentira. Quer um biscoito, Canino?
Would you like a gourmet dog snack biscuit?
I would love one, senor. But I would have a problem with my teeth.
Toothache?
No, senor. If the general catches me eating on duty, he'll knock them out.
You know anything about this eclipse?
No, senor. El general keeps me in the dark about most things.
Vamos ver se também se assusta com a estátua amaldiçoada.
Do you recognize this statue?
Tezcatlipoca. The night wind. Take it away, senor. That stone is cursed.
So long.
Taxi-pipoca, o vento da noite, amaldiçoado.
I wasn't going to try investigating the passage while the general was sat there.
Se o general está aí, eu não vou lá para os fundos onde estão as celas.
Why did you show him the stone?
I thought maybe he might know something about it.
Well, he does now, for sure. He knows we have it.
Falei que ela era muito mais esperta. Vamos perguntar tudo para ela aqui.
Did you notice that chart on the police station wall?
Yes, it looked like a map to me, but I couldn't make out the details.
Whatever it was, the general didn't want us to see it.
Ubié.
That man we saw talking to the general was Ubié. Didn't you recognize him?
I never met him, remember? The guy I called in Paris claimed to be Oublié, but he sounded nothing like the man in the police station. Maybe the professor really is innocent.
Nah, it's too much of a coincidence that he's here in Quaramonte.
Ela não conhecia, mas a voz que ela falou pelo telefone não parecia nada com a desse cara. Então estavam só mesmo enganando que era o Ubié. Provavelmente esse aqui de rabinho de cavalo que enganou.
Labano tells me he's been seeing a lot of you.
We meet sometimes for lunch, a drink. After you'd gone back to the States, I was pretty lonely, you know.
Lonely? You must have been desperate. Couldn't you just visit the zoo or something?
Em vez de ir no zoológico, ela começou a sair com o Lobinô. Que mau gosto. Quer um biscoito?
Would you like a biscuit?
Gourmet dog? Have you been eating those things, Georges?
Sure, they're great. Guess what this is? Go on, guess.
It's wrought iron, probably from a chimney stack on an old stove.
Well, I suppose it could be. How did she know that?
My grandfather used to work in a foundry.
E esse gozar?
Take a look at this, Nico.
That's disgusting, Georges. Why are you carrying it around with you?
I don't know. I just can't seem to part with it.
Eu me apeguei à conta bancária do Ubié.
Take a look at this.
Mon Dieu! Where did you get that kind of money?
It's not mine. I found that statement at Ubié's house.
E ela nem ficou admirada de o Ubié ter todo esse dinheiro. Eclipse.
Take a look at this.
An eclipse of the sun. Why the sudden interest in astronomy?
I found the cutting in Ubié's house.
Apparently, it's only visible from Central America.
E nós estamos na América Central, moça.
Do you have any theories about this stone?
I think that design represents a dog, a Mexican dog.
So, this is the sacred Chihuahua stone? Sheesh.
Chihuahua sagrado. E agora, o general que está se engraçando, se engraxando.
You came on a little strong with the general.
I was merely flattering his ego, Georges. Every man has his Achilles heel.
Maybe, but that guy's weakness isn't in his foot.
Que é o professor aqui do lado do Ubi
Professor Ubier?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Stobart. George Stobart. Does the name Karzak mean anything to you?
Yes, I know him. In fact, if it wasn't for Kazak, I wouldn't be here.
What?
He's financing my expedition.
financiador da expedição do Ubiel, Karzak. Será que ele nem sabe que é bandido também? Contrabandista e traficante de drogas? Salsicha Perrita, o senhor matou?
Tell me about your wife, Professor.
Please, I don't want to talk about her.
Maybe you don't, but I do. Why was she known as the Little Dachshund?
It was just a silly pet name I used to call her. Somehow some damned reporter found out.
Por que o senhor sequestrou a minha namorada? Ou ex-namorada?
What do you know about my girlfriend's abduction?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was invited to your mansion in Paris.
Not by me, she wasn't. I haven't been home for nearly 7 months.
Have you ever employed a Central American butler or servant?
I've never employed any kind of servant, monsieur.
Nunca teve empregado nenhum, muito menos da América Central. Então, não era ele mesmo envolvido no sequestro.
Would you like a biscuit?
No, thank you.
You should, they're good. I can't get enough of these things. Do you see this label?
Yes. It refers to a company named Condor. What of it?
I traced that company here, to Quaramonte. Do you know where I can find the offices of Condor Transglobal?
The company no longer exists. They went bankrupt recently.
Não existe mais essa companhia.
I have proof that you are directly involved with Condor.
I used them as shippers to transport artifacts to a gallery in Paris. Beyond that, I have no connection with the company, which, as I said, no longer exists.
Do you know anything about this eclipse, Professor?
Of course. It's not the reason I'm here in Quaramonte, but I'm looking forward to seeing it all the same.
What's your interest in the eclipse, Professor?
Oh, it's purely a layman's curiosity. History's my subject, not astronomy. But I've been fascinated by the movements of the heavenly bodies since I was a child. I wouldn't miss a total eclipse for the world.
Does the eclipse have some special significance for you?
For me? No. For the ancient Mayans, it marked the end of the Fifth Age.
Perhaps we should be celebrating.
Ah, no. The end of each age heralds destruction on a global scale. The fifth is the final age, ending in the total destruction of the Earth.
O Sunbridge sabe bem da última encarnação lá que vai ser o final da Terra e de toda a vida. Fale de toda essa dinheirada que o senhor transferiu aqui.
Take a look at this, Professor. What have you got to say about that?
Where did you get this?
Never mind that. How do you explain these withdrawals?
I left my financial affairs in the hands of my secretary.
Including the withdrawal of funds in cash from your personal account?
I trust Gwyneth implicitly.
And why Marseille? Why the very place my girlfriend was taken?
That's obvious, Stobart. We are both the victims of the same devious plot.
What plot?
I have no idea.
Uma conspiração que envolveu os dois que o professor não tem ideia do que seria. Que ele não sabe responder nada do que o George acusa.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
Where did you get that?
That's my business.
How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale.
E não me disse nada mesmo. Só quer comprar a pedra.
Can you identify this statue, Professor?
Oh, yes. Tezcatlipoca, the Lord of Darkness.
A Central American god, right?
A supreme deity. Tezcatlipoca means, literally, smoking mirror. There. You see the mirror shield in his left hand? The Mayans believed he could look into the mirror and see into the hearts of men. He was the wind which came howling in the night in search of victims, and victims they gave him by the thousand.
Human sacrifices?
Men, women, children, animals, anything that bled. The steps of his temple ran red with the blood of sacrifices. The Mayans have a legend that says he'll return one day. I hope I'm not around to see it.
Do you think the general was involved with Condor?
Hell no. And if he's a general, I'm a Buddhist. No, that fella's just a mouthpiece for the real power in Quaramonte.
So the general is nothing but a puppet?
He's like Pinocchio before he met the Blue Rinse Fairy. Strictly strings and wood.
Who's pulling the strings?
His mother. Better known as La Presidenta, the dictator.
Vou até a empresa mineradora, então. Aqui tem um cartaz do general ou da presidenta.
In Quaramonte, defacing a poster was probably a capital offense.
Não, mas era para ver qual é.
It was a portrait of La Presidenta.
A mãe do general.
Now, I like most animals, but experience had made me wary of goats, and cats, and dogs.
Ele está traumatizado com a cabra por causa do bode do outro jogo.
Hey, Nico!
Me salve aqui das bobagens que eu vou fazer no escritório da mina.
Hola, señora.
Hi. We were wondering...
I was talking to the lady, Chico.
Hi, my name is Nicole Collard.
Concha Garcia. How can I help you, sister?
The corporation I represent is considering a major investment in Quaramonte. Your advice, as the head of an obviously successful concern, is precisely what I'm after. My assistant, Mr. Stobart, has a few questions he'd like to ask you.
Pergunte então, assistente Stobart, o que é que a senhora acha dessa calcinha? Eu vou começar por essa.
Would you be interested in these panties? They look about your size.
Is that your best line, Chico?
I'm serious. They were an unwanted gift.
Put them away before you get overexcited.
Acho que nunca dá certo. Quando ele mostra, sempre tem algo contra ele próprio.
Have you heard of a man named Karzak?
No? Who is he?
He's the reason we came to Quaramonte. We think he's running a drug ring.
Well, I hope you find him, but I've never heard the name before.
Ele vai entregando tudo, assim, o que ele sabe, o que ele quer saber, por que está lá. Mina, acidente na mina. Professor Ubi.
Do you know Professor Ubier?
Yes. I understand he is about to embark on an archaeological expedition. He hired some equipment from me earlier today.
I overheard him talking to the general. I think they're working together.
What? If I'd known that, I wouldn't have hired out the equipment. Now, why would the General be interested in an archaeologist?
Would you like a dog biscuit?
Would you like a smack in the mouth, Chico?
Do you recognize the icon on this label?
Condor Transglobal.
Did the company operate here in Caramonte?
Yes, they ran an old container ship, the Mayan Princess.
Quer ver meu carvão da sorte?
You see this? It's my lucky piece of coal.
What's so lucky about it?
I'm not sure yet.
Não sei porquê, mas só sei que foi assim. Oh, cara
Nice
pelado,
buns.
de sunga. Que estranho.
Do you know who owned Condor Transglobal?
I've no idea.
Can you tell me about the accident at the mine?
Accident? It was sabotage. Somebody wanted my mine closed down for good.
Não foi acidente, foi sabotagem de alguém que queria fechar a mina para sempre.
Do you have any evidence that the mine was sabotaged?
Not yet, but I'll get to the bottom of it. There'd been trouble at that mine for several months. The workforce was getting smaller every day. Someone had started a rumor among the men that the mine was cursed. Now the entire operation has been closed down.
Where's the site of the mine?
Several days upriver at a remote area known as Teoculcan.
Teoculcan, a região da mina. Sabe do eclipse?
Have you heard about the forthcoming eclipse?
I don't take much interest in things like that. One of the boys might know about it.
Does this stone mean anything to you?
I think it is a spirit stone carved by a Mayan priest, no? I don't know which of their many gods it represents.
Não chegou a Nicole dar uma bronca dele mostrar a pedra. Também, agora todo mundo já sabe que ele tem. Isso te assusta, senhorita?
Can you tell me anything about this statue?
It is Tezcatlipoca, the god of death and pestilence. That fetish would be considered by many to be a bad omen.
Conversar com o peladão.
Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to Consolidated Mining. If you are planning to stay in Cuaramonte City, may I recommend the Consolidated Mining Experience, an interactive hands-on tour of one of our deepest mines, with talking tour guides available in 3 different languages.
A tour of a mine.
Well, this is a mining company. What else did you expect?
O que a gente poderia mostrar?
Do you know anything about the eclipse that's due soon?
Me? No, senor.
Do you know where I could find Senor Karzak?
No, senor.
How come you're not wearing any pants?
I feel more alert without them. Kind of perky.
And your boss doesn't mind?
She suggested it.
Foi sugestão da chefe ele andar assim, mais à vontade.
It was a store cupboard.
Vai mexer no armário da mulher.
Keep out of there. That's where the explosives are stored.
Aí guardam os explosivos, seu tonto. Então, vamos embora. Não teve muito esclarecimento aqui. Só fiquei sabendo que tem explosivos no armário, mas não vou precisar de explosivos ou detonador. Falar com a Pearl.
Have you met the guy who calls himself the General?
No, I haven't. Is he a real general?
I guess so. He wears a lot of medals on his chest. The wrong side of his chest. At least for any army I'd ever seen. I hear you drove all the way to Quaramonte. In a truck.
That's right. You would not believe the state of some of those roads. Makes me downright sad to think there's still some places you can't reach in an automobile. In this day and age, you'd think there'd be decent highways just about anywhere folk choose to go.
Did you know that the truck was full of explosives?
Whatever gave you that idea, as if I couldn't guess?
Your husband. He was exaggerating, wasn't he?
Sometimes I wonder how I'm gonna cope with Dwayne's over-fertile imagination.
Catch you later, Pearl. Hi, I'm George Stobart. What can you tell me about the mining company?
The general closed down one of their mines after the explosion. Lots of folks lost their lives. I was lucky. I only lost my legs.
Só perdi as pernas, tive sorte.
Can you tell me anything about this stone?
That's obsidian. It's a volcanic rock which has cooled so fast that...
Yeah, look, I'm not interested in geology.
You're not? I suppose you want to know about the carved picture on it.
That's right.
Then the guy you should talk to is the professor. He was here a while ago.
Conversei com ele não me disse nada do desenho da pedra.
Do you recognize the design on this label?
Why, sure. That's the Condor Transglobal Shipping Company logo.
Do they have an office in Quaramonte?
No, but they ship out from here.
That's what I thought. Have you heard about the eclipse of the sun?
Sure, I'm having a party to celebrate it. Drop by.
Really?
Sure. Plenty of food, plenty of wine, and everyone's invited, except the general.
Todo mundo está convidado, menos o general. O que você acha dessa calcinha que eu tenho?
Did you see the ship with the Condor flag?
No.
But the dock is just the other side of the square.
Might as well be the other side of the moon.
Why don't you want the general at your party?
Because if he comes, he'll bring those damned music albums from the 70s.
What do you think of these panties?
Awesome. You wear them?
No. Someone sent them to my girlfriend.
Thoughtful.
Que consideração alguém mandar uma dessas para sua noiva.
Do you know what this statue represents?
Should do. I used to carve things like that to sell to tourists, but it scared people around here, so I stopped.
Caminhão.
It was Dwayne's truck, packed with high explosive, according to that amiable old paranoid. Reminded me of the time I was in Syria, but that's another story. Stealing trucks wasn't my style.
Eu não vou roubar o caminhão. Aponta para ir para lá, mas não sei se ele só vai dar a volta no prédio aqui. Conversar com a banda, eles sabem que o Miguel vai ser executado amanhã? Não falou nada. Tava esperando começar a música.
Tell me about the general. You know, the guy in charge around here.
We don't want to talk about him, senor.
How come? No one can hear you. Well, only that old goat.
In Quaramonte we have a saying, don't tell your old goat what you don't want your wife to know.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Agora tem mais coisa para falar com o Duane.
Did you find any evidence of Condor's drug smuggling operations?
Drugs? Hell no! Condor was a cover for the illegal export of Mayan artifacts.
So who was behind Condor Transglobal?
It was registered in the name of Edan.
Did you get the guy?
I don't think he ever existed. Edan backwards spells Nady, Spanish for nobody.
Is Miguel the reason you're here?
Pretty smart, George. I was supposed to make contact with him. By the time I found him, though, he was in jail. I've been trying to figure out a way to get him out since then.
Sounds good to me. Count me in.
Good man, George. All I need is a detonator.
How come you brought a truckload of explosives but no detonator?
Call me old-fashioned, but I say packing trunks is woman's work. I left the packing to Pearl, and I can't find a darn thing. Just hope she remembered to bring my denture polish. I'd sure hate to arrive back in the States with tar on my teeth.
O plano dele é tirar o Miguel da cadeia, porque seria o contato da CIA com essa investigação pro Dwayne. Mas ele chegou, encontrou o cara preso. Se eu pedir, por favor, a mulher da mina me dá um detonador? Conchita? Eu vou pedir um detonador, tá aqui.
Do you have any kind of detonating device in stock?
Sure. They're kept in that cupboard.
I don't suppose you have one spare?
I can't simply give you a device like that, no without a damn good reason.
Não posso te dar um detonador desse sem uma boa razão.
The general has a chart in his office, which he was discussing with Ubier.
Perhaps that chart will tell us where they're heading.
Maybe, but I can't get anywhere near it while the general and his sidekick are there.
Ele não pode... E por que ele está falando isso com a Conchita? O general tem um mapa lá no seu escritório, mas eu não posso examinar enquanto ele e o assistente estão ali perto. Talvez com a Nico tivesse sentido ele conversar isso, para daí planejar ficar sozinho. Agora com a Conchita...
Stay out of that cupboard.
Pensei que era a saída. Pensei que era o banheiro. Agora ele já falou que precisa despistar o general, já pode falar com a Nico. Então. Nico, já que você se sente tão sozinha e quer flertar até com o Lobinot, distrai o general um pouco para nós. Mapa.
Could you distract the general while I took a look at that chart?
You're kidding. Did you see the way he was leering at me?
Yeah, you'd make a great snake charmer. Come on, 5 minutes is all I need.
Well, maybe. But it's your harebrained scheme. You do the talking.
Já que o plano idiota é seu, você fala, então. Pelo menos isso. E ela tá muito distante. Acho que ela não gosta mais dele de verdade. Mas ele disse pro Lobinot que ele teve que ir para os Estados Unidos porque o pai dele estava morrendo. E ela não perdoa isso?
My girlfriend has a favor she wants to ask you, General.
For you, my dear. Anything.
I've changed my mind.
Oh, no, you haven't. She's embarrassed about asking you for an interview, General.
An interview with me? Fabuloso!
Well, I want to write a story about you.
You hear that, Ronaldo? An exclusive glossy spread about your beloved general.
Si, Signor General.
Look after things here. I'm going back to my apartment and I don't want to be disturbed.
I'll get you for this, George Stobart.
Don't worry. If you're gone for more than a couple of hours, I'll come and get you.
A couple of hours?
Excursão para pirâmide, para as ruínas.
Would you take my friend to the ruins now the general's gone?
I'd be honored, Signor.
Thanks. I'll go get her.
Pearl. Por favor, Pel. Arranjei a excursão que você queria, que você estava brava que o Dwayne não ia. Detonador.
Do you know where I could buy a detonator?
Did Dwayne put you up to this by any chance? Oh, I get it. This is to detonate the truckload of explosives, right?
Hey, come on, I was kidding. Did you think I was serious?
I know what you boys are like when you get together and make plans. Dwayne says he could solve all the world's problems if he had enough missiles.
Vocês, meninos, quando se juntam, têm umas ideias muito esquisitas.
I've made the arrangements for your visit to the temple, Pearl.
Oh, that's just great, George. Why don't you come too, honey?
I'd love to, but right now I have to save the world.
Vamos lá, então.
Listen, sweetie. I'm looking for an official guide to take me to the old pyramid.
For a lovely lady, I would go to the ends of the earth. For you, I will go as far as the pyramid and back. But what about your husband?
What he doesn't know won't hurt him. Let's go, Beanpole.
Vamos lá, Big Man.
As Pearl and Ronaldo set out for the ruined pyramid, I prepared to search the police station. It looked like a geological survey map showing the land to the southeast of Quaramonte City. About 60 miles inland and upstream was an area marked Teoculcan. I'm George Stobart. You're Miguel the musician, aren't you?
Ex-musician, senor. My career is finished.
Going to jail could be the boost your career needed.
Senor, I would rather die than live with this shame.
Have you heard of a guy called Karzak?
Yes. The old man spoke of him.
The foreigner? Professor Ubier?
That's right. This man Karzak is Ubier's boss.
Why is that noose hanging from the bars?
Ronaldo strung it up, for me to hang myself. Don't cry for me, Senor Stobart. When I am dead, the goddess will take my soul to rest in paradise.
A Conchita falou alguma coisa do... Talvez por isso ele tenha falado do mapa e que precisava tirar os caras lá. Pode ser. Agora que ele olhou o mapa, poderia falar com ela e conseguir o detonador, será? Na falta de ideias... agora vou falar do mapa com ela.
I got a good look at that chart in the police station. It's a map of Quaramonte.
Does it tell us where Ubier is heading?
Yeah, a place called Teoculcan.
That's the site of the mine. I wonder why they're being so secretive about Ubier's plans. One thing's for sure. If the general's involved, they're up to no good. I'd like to talk to that musician Miguel. Take the detonator and get him out of that jail.
Ela tem que falar com o Miguel. Pegue o detonador e livre o Miguel. Então, o pessoal da mina não é do mal. Pelo menos ela não seria do mal. Isso, agora tem que guardar tudo dentro da bermudinha. E aí, senhor Peladão? Quer sair comigo? O senhor vai de...
There was nothing else I wanted to ask the guy.
O senhor vai de tanguinha e eu vou com a calcinha da minha namorada. Vou levar o detonador pro Dwayne.
Here is the detonator, Dwayne.
Keep your voice down, George. You want everyone to know. You'd best go and warn Miguel that the U.S. cavalry's on the way.
Okay.
Eu vou avisar o Miguel que a cavalaria está a caminho. Com Dwayne tudo se resolve.
Hey, Miguel.
What is it? What is happening?
We're getting out of here.
Who's we? They've sent the Delta Force?
Nope.
The Impossible Missions Force?
Don't make me sick. Much better.
Who then?
A retired greetings card salesman from Ohio.
I'm doomed.
You're not the only one.
I should have known you'd be trouble the moment I saw you.
Look, I can explain everything.
Get in that cell, now.
And what if I refuse?
He'll shoot you.
Okay, here I am, going quietly into the cell.
O herói acabou preso.
Very wise, North-Americano scum.
One of the reasons I hate guns so much is the way they make people so damned impolite.
Por alguma
I
estranha
hope you're
razão.
enjoying your vacation, Senor Stobart.
Go polish your weapon, Ronaldo.
Por alguma estranha razão, quem pega em armas fica
This was
imediatamente
part of your plan,
mal
right?
educado.
Well, in a manner of speaking, no. I was all out of ideas. It was up to Nico now.
So, here we are.
You've changed.
I thought I would slip into something more comfortable.
The stench of cheap cologne rolled over me like tear gas.
So, what do you want to know about me? Ask and I will answer. I will deny you nothing.
Sorte que ele não se pôs à vontade como aquele do escritório da minha.
I am a very giving person.
How nice for your friends.
Your eyes are glittering like stars.
His damn cologne was making my eyes water. I was running out of sofa.
As spirited as you are beautiful, I admire that.
As long as he admired it from afar.
Se você me admirar de longe, tá bom.
The tiger was beyond help. A tiger skin lay on the floor. A lava lamp, hip in a retro way. I had no doubt the general thought it was hip, full stop. I didn't want the lava lamp. A stuffed swordfish. On close inspection, I noticed that the swordfish was peppered with machine gun bullet holes. The general was a real sportsman, and no mistake. Cutting-edge technology, in 1978 at any rate. I didn't want to watch a lot of tawdry soap operas. It was General Graciento in full-on lounge lizard mode. It was a portrait of some thug in a uniform. I didn't want the picture.
Eu não queria a foto.
The door represented the escape route.
Ali a porta para ir embora.
Is that a lava lamp?
Sure, it's more impressive in the dark. I'll close the blinds.
No, no, don't do that. Not on such a beautiful day. Who's the guy with the hat and the fat cigar?
My mother.
Minha mãe, aquele...
Big fish. Catch it yourself?
Catch it. Fishing poles are for children.
Then how did... Are those bullet holes?
2 magazines on full automatic. It put up quite a fight.
I, love your TV.
Oh, yeah. Cool, no? Mom!
What is going on here?
Nothing, Mom. I was...
I'm in uniform. And when I'm in uniform, it's...
Madame la Presidente, sorry, Madame la Presidente.
Now, what is going on here?
Nothing, Madame la Presidente. I was just showing my friend Nico some of the cool stuff I've got.
Hi.
Good afternoon, señorita. And just what are your intentions toward my son?
Intentions? We were just talking.
How nice. She has good bone structure, Raoul. Has she any brains?
She's a reporter.
Is she? And what sort of questions has she been asking?
I'm a freelance photojournalist. I do lifestyle features.
For what sort of magazines?
It looked safest to play dumb, with good bone structure. Haya, Lifestyle of the Super Rich and Vainglorious, Envy Magazine,
Excellent! Raoul, you've chosen well for a change.
It was pretty obvious who pulled the strings around here. I hope George was making good use of the time I was buying him.
And then it goes...
Pa 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 pa.
And when you were in this band of yours, you used to play that song for 2 hours?
Yeah, we were really famous at our college. Still, ours wasn't as good as the original version.
I have never heard that song before, yet I have no doubt that this must be true.
Ele tá...
Hey! Psst! Hey, George!
Dwayne Henderson. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. Get to the American consul and tell him I've been imprisoned without charge.
Get real, George. He was the previous occupant of that cell you're in. We're gonna have to use good old American know-how to get you out of there.
Uh-oh.
That, and this truck full of explosives I've got here.
Dwayne, listen to me. You'll kill all of us.
You're such a naysayer, George. It'll go like clockwork. Negative to negative, it's positive to positive. You gotta get the bare copper wire here. Let me just, damn. Alright, I'll just hook that up. Right, there we go. Okay, just a minute. I've got to get to a safe distance.
Quick, Miguel, hit the mattress.
You have strange customs up north.
Here we go!
Too late.
Are we dead yet?
Horse shit.
What happened to the explosives?
There ain't no explosives. My dumbass supplier must have given me organic fertilizer instead of chemical. All I got here is 400 pounds of lightly fried horse apples.
That's a lovely image, Dwayne. Never mind, I'll think of something.
Adubo orgânico em vez de químico. Me dá essa corda.
Listen to me, Miguel. You give me that rope and I'll get us out of here. Is there somewhere you can hide from the General?
Of course. My friends have a boat ready to take me upriver. But how are you going to break out of here with just a short piece of rope?
I'm not sure, but I'll think of something.
If your plan doesn't work, will you let me hang myself in peace?
A corda nas barras da cela. Mas tem que chamar o Dwayne para amarrar no caminhão a outra ponta. Só a corda com o Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne, I want you to tie this rope to your truck and then drive forward. I'd had no idea whether this was really going to work, but I'd seen it in a black and white Western. Of course, Hopalong was using a horse and Dwayne had a 4-ton truck, but hey, the principle's sound.
Anything you say, George.
Please forgive my mother. She can be a little difficult.
Oh, my feet. Raoul, propose, you idiot.
Don't mind her. She just wants grandchildren.
Don't think I can't hear you, Raoul. I want the worthy successor, and you're not it. Propose now, or I'll do it for you.
Look, Nico, we haven't known each other very long, but... What the hell was that?
I didn't know what was going on, but Georges had to be involved in it somewhere.
Não sei o que é, mas o George está implicado, claro.
I ain't gonna say a thing, 'cause that sweet sound of falling masonry says it all.
Quick, senor, the river.
Huh? Wait! What about Nico?
Georges, what have you done? You only had to sneak a look at a chart, and it's turned into World War III.
No time to explain. Come on!
Don't move, terrorist scum. You talking to me, Junior? Yes, I'm talking to you, fat man. And my name's not Junior. A word to the wise, Junior. You carry on waving that pea shooter in my face, and the next person who sees it is gonna be your proctologist. Savvy? General, I am happy to report that I have apprehended the terrorists.
You idiot, not them. The other American and the French woman. They're the ones.
Fugiram com Miguel. Eles sabiam que ia pegar o duelo.
When I recovered consciousness, I was alone, washed up on the riverbank. My head was aching fiercely, and my mouth tasted like a swamp. But I followed the sound and discovered a tree house in a nearby clearing.
Então é isso. Por hoje vamos ficando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.